Alright, 69-second summary for the new Armarouge toolbox deck featuring Ethan's Ho-Oh EX. It's basically just an updated version of Arceus V-Star Armarouge, except you use an ability to get energy into play instead of an attack. The best part about Ho-Oh with Armarouge is that it has access to so many different attackers. The worst part about Ho-Oh with Armarouge is that you have to play so many different attackers to shore up each matchup that it makes the deck far too inconsistent. Depending on the list, there's Iron Hands for an extra prize, Regigigas to one-shot Terras, Mew to copy their active, Durant to one-shot Grassweed Pokemon like Garchomp and Grimmsnarl, Lily's Clefairy to one-shot Raging Bolt and Dragapult, and Wolfspree Masked Ogerpon to attack their bench. And those are just the most common attackers. The combo with Ho-Oh and Armarouge is pretty straightforward. Ho-Oh can accelerate up to 2 basic fire energy from hand to itself so long as it's on the bench. Armarouge then moves that fire energy up to your active, powering up whoever your best attacker is at that moment. To fulfill the extra energy requirement a lot of your attackers need, there's Luminous Energy and Legacy Energy. This is the most straightforward list for Ho-Oh you'll find in the description. There's 13 different basics, a risky amount of Professor's Research in a deck with just 3 Gust cards, and Legacy Energy as the ace spec. If you're planning on trying Ethan's Ho-Oh with Armarouge, which I don't know if I can recommend, you have to know which attackers are best for which matchup and whether or not they're in deck. Obviously, I don't do that sort of thing, so stay tuned for lots of heartbreak as I realize way too late that Kevin Durant is prized against every Garchomp player. Okay, so this is both good and bad. I think Bombirdier is good, but not when you have this amazing of a starting hand. And I think I just go for Ho-Oh. The question is, do I Squawkabilly? I don't actually think I use the Squawkabilly, but we have such a bad hand. We don't have any energy. Squawkabilly just allows me to get off to such a good start, but I think it's just an end turn. Ironically, I built this turbo version of Ethan's Ho-Oh EX because testing went so bad. And I wanted to go first, and I wanted to be able to, get a turn 2 Charcadet. I know I'm probably going to get punished for not squawking my Billy, but I only have 2 Armarouge. I have 4 Charcadet, 2 Armarouge. Bombirdier is here as a safety card. I have 13 energy. Never start Bombirdier. That's never happened. It's just testing has been so unbelievably horrible. You have no idea. Oh, crap. Okay, I think I need to give them an Iron Handy then. Right, like double Ho-Oh, Iron Handy, knock out the Dreepy. Is that the best course of action for us right now? Yeah, we have Regigigas for the Dragapult. What's my Rod Stretcher count? I have 2 Stretcher, 1 Rod. And that's fun. Okay, so let's go Ultra Ball. And then do I go for the second Ho-Oh or do I go for the first Iron Hands? It's a tough call. I think we go for the Ho-Oh because we can't attack with Iron Hands unless we have 2 Ho-Oh. Is my thought process, which is probably really stupid. Okay, so this did not go according to plan at all. We can attack with an Armarouge. My goodness. Okay, so we can attack with Bombirdier. Actually, that might be the right play here, which is crazy to say out loud, is that Bombirdier actually is the right play, even though I don't want it to be. All right, so we go Retreat, Bombirdier, and then, we got to go Fire Off. 2, and you have to wait that 1 second when you want to use this. Okay, so Shadowy Wind. I'm feeling Swifty. I'm not feeling Swifty enough. I'm not feeling that Swifty. Okay, I was feeling Swifty for a second, and then I changed my mind. Because the odds of them being able to attack with Dragapult this turn are very low. But if you look at the math here, if they go if they go Dust Noir and then Jet Headbutt, that knocks out Bombirdier, and then I lose 3 energy. So as much as I wanted to be like just really stunt on and be like, I know you're not doing it this turn, they could knock out the Bombirdier at 200 hit points. So it's just safer to put it back into your hand. And yeah, this is the problem, right? You think Ho-Oh is so amazing, it accelerates to itself, but if you don't get 2 Charcadet down turn 1, if you don't attach energy to your Ho-Oh right away, this build doesn't play Area 0 because I had to cut things to make room for, more consistency. I talked about this on stream already, but usually I test a deck for about 3 games off stream. I learn the ins and outs. I, do the ins and outs with I Am Legend's mom. And then I learn its strengths and weaknesses. I played about 10 games off stream with a variety of different decks featuring Ho-Oh and Armarouge. They only have weaknesses from what I could find. You never get the attacker you want when you need it. I played Garchomp about 3 times. I prized Durant 3 times. That was terrible. It's just, there's no perfect list of Ho-Oh, which does, in my opinion, make this the most disappointing deck from Destined Rivals. I mean, tomorrow I am playing Macargo Ho-Oh, so we'll see. But I was all aboard the Macargo Ho-Oh train. And then, everyone else was like, oh, but Ho-Oh makes Armarouge so much better. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's awesome. Sparkling Crystal? Is Sparkling Crystal your ace back? And you're going to blow my butt out? And you're going to counter catcher, knock out Armarouge and Charcadet and ruin my life? Oh, cool, they are. So I can't get behind this. But if they don't knock out everybody on my side of the field, we can just go Regigigas. Because I cut the Clefairy EX, the one Pult deck still playing the Crystal. I am always worried about Dragapult when it's playing Crystal. Okay, this is our chancey to win. If I can somehow get the Regigigas, we are totally fine. They don't understand what's about to happen to them. Oh, baby. Okay, we still need, we're still a card short. We don't quite have it yet. We are a card short. But we can do this. All right, so let's go 2 energy on you. I will have to attach the Luminous. And then I think I just attach to you. We'll put the Defiance Band. No, we got to save the Defiance Band. Just in case. But yeah, I cut the Lily's Clefairy because I was like, what's the point of Lily's Clefairy in this deck? It's to one-shot Dragapult and Raging Bolt. Well, Regigigas knocks out Dragapult and Raging Bolt can get knocked out other ways. You have Gouging Fire. So I think this might be a win because they can't get another dude powered up. I mean, they can do a lot of Dust Noir shenanigans, but just again, you kind of saw the issues, right? I have to have 2 Armarouge in play at most times, 2 Ho-Oh in play at most times, a Latias, and then whoever your attacker is at the best moment. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, why don't you play the Area 0 build? I played about 5 games in a row with this deck, never saw a single Area 0. So I just decided we're just going to play the fastest, most consistent list without Area 0 and just see how that goes. Because when this deck works, when you can find the right attackers, like if I don't find the Regigigas in that situation, we're big screwed, right? I don't win this game because, I don't even think Lily's Clefairy would have been able to take a knock. Actually, it might have been able to take a knockout there. Oh, this is fine. If they're doing a Desperation Armarouge trap, you can just attack with Armarouge. I would simply find the Area 0. Well, that's my other issue with the other builds, is you play Legacy Energy, but it's kind of a case of, well, I would just find Legacy Energy, right? Oh my god, this is beautiful. This is the I Am Legend's mom of turns. I'm risking. I'm doing it. There's no risk here. I was like, I'm gonna risk it. No, there's no risk. This is not a board game. And when we get Air Balloon and Black Bolt and White Flare, it just everything with a 2 retreat cost. Ho-Oh has a 2 retreat cost. Armarouge has a 2 retreat cost. Air Balloon just makes so many decks better. And that honestly, well, I think I'd put Brave Bangle as the #1 card. I don't feel comfortable putting Air Balloon as the #1 card coming in the new sets because it's like it's a reprint and we just had it and we just lost it. But it is going to be a major game changer for Golden Go, for Armarouge, for basic decks that have a 2 retreat cost. And they went out in style, PK. Thank you, PK, for the great game. So there you go. When things are working with this deck, it is very scary. That's why I think going first, if you can go first and get off to an amazing start, it's super scary. The Wellspring Masked Ogerpon, I'm not sold on. It depends how many people you think are playing Shaman. Obviously, the Wellspring Masked Ogerpon is amazing at just wiping their butt really early. But, I mean, once I cut the Area 0, I was like, I don't really need Terra Pokemon. I guess we get rid of these and we go for the Ho-Oh and we just say we're gonna Night Stretcher because we have another. Oh, we don't have another Armarouge. Uh-oh. I mean, I believe in the heart of the cards, right? We're gonna be fine. You all worry too much. We're gonna be totally fine. And hey, what if... Actually, there's nothing we can do this turn. But, you know, what if everything goes right? You never expect that. You're like, oh, what if everything goes wrong? But what if everything goes right? No reason to use Bombirdier. I guess we go for another Charcadet. Yeah, we'll go for another Charcadet in case everything goes wrong, because we have enough supporters. And then we spread the energy around like it's cheeks. Or we put the energy on the Pokemon that can't get knocked out. That also seems good. Attacking with Ho-Oh isn't terrible, but you can't attack with Ho-Oh because it needs 4 freaking energy. And Twilava being able to search the deck when all 4, or they don't know how to fix it. You know, one of the patch notes fixes is that they're fixing Yanmega being able to use Buzzing Boost when there's 0 cards. Ooh, they also didn't say that they're fixing... Sorry about that. That they're fixing Garchomp. Right? So Garchomp isn't on the list of fixes, and that's kind of like a major issue. Because Garchomp says you may... It's very specific in the wording. You may draw up to 6. So maybe that falls under the various other fixes / Polish. But it doesn't say specifically that they're fixing Garchomp, which is kind of a big deal. Since it's, you know... You might deck yourself out because the card doesn't give you the option of choosing to draw up to 6. It just forces you to draw up to 6. All right, well. We can definitely win this one simply because Zacian is weak. And, I mean, this guy can do 210. Oh, with the Iron Valiant, though, we might get screwed. Believe it or not, the Iron Valiant might lose us the game. Which is kind of funny. All right, so let's go for Fezandipiti because we need to draw as many cards as possible this turn. All I need is 1 fire energy, and that's pretty much GG. And that's GG. All right, so... Oh, yeah, we also needed... Oh, we didn't need the Armarouge. The Armarouge, that's just the icing on the cake here. And like I told you, I put... Oh, see, who said what's Chi-Yu for? Who among you said, oh, what's that Chi-Yu for? Oh, that Chi-Yu seems pretty useless. I mean, I should be using Ho-Oh here, but we're going to save that. We're going to save that for later. We're using the Chi-Yu. Oh, I don't have the stupid thing. Okay. Maybe I made an oopsie. But I choose to believe that, you know, that we made the right call. Okay, it doesn't matter. We made the right decision. We're trading 2 energy for 2. How is that a bad trade? Exactly, it's not. Let's go energy on you, and then... I forgot we didn't have Latias. This is the downside to not putting Area 0 in your... Oh, this feels so good. To not putting Area 0 in your Ho-Oh deck is you have very limited bench space, and you want to have 8 bench Pokemon in play. But I just had the worst freaking start. You know, you start Regigigas and Iron Hands, and you're just like, oh, that's terrible. Yeah, Walking Plane, unfortunately, I had to put... I mean, Durant has to be in the deck. It's the only way you can one-shot a Garchomp. Bombirdier's there. I've never used Bombirdier. I've actually used its second attack more than its bench-filling attack. But if you go first, and you start Bombirdier, and you get an energy, it feels like the greatest card ever made, because it's just... If you go first, you can put 3 Pokemon on your bench. And that's what this deck needs. But, like, I can't remember if I put this in the YouTube video. If I didn't, I'm going to remind you, is there's 22 cards in this deck designed to get you off to a good start, turn 1 going first. I didn't see a single one of them in this game. Yeah, Durant, you have to use Durant at some point against Garchomp if you want to win the game. And, you know, I am regretting attacking with the Chi-Yu now, but it's fine. We're just going to knock out somebody. We'll knock out, we'll blow them. We'll blow them. Okay, we're not going to blow them. I was hoping to blow them. And Jose, there's going to be probably 2 or 3 Monkey Dory in the deck. Ooh, they're Prime Catcher in the handy. Very smart play by my opponent. Because that's who I was going to be, you know, I was going to use that to knock out the Cramorant, potentially for game. All right, well, my strategy is pretty much decided. We're gonna rod back in the hands. We're gonna take 2 prizes on the Cramorant. We're gonna lose all of our Gust cards. It's gonna be great. Yeah, so Chiudo's in the active. We go Armarouge. Can't put Latias down. Oh, God. Okay, there's... I mean, I can take a risk with the Fez. Right? I can go Super Rod, the Handy, and the Gouging Fire, and 1 energy. And then we can Fez. Please don't let me down. Please don't let me down, Fezandipiti. Thank you. You did not let me down. You're a true friend. We go get the Handy. Oh, geez. Oh, there it is. It was way at the end of the line. And then, oh no. Oh no. Okay, no, we can attach the Luminous. Okay, I have to do this in a very specific order. We have to go attach the Luminous, retreat off the Luminous. That's very important. And then we go into the Iron Handy. Oh, that was almost really bad. Okay, and then we go, yup. Okay, done. And then we have to blow the Iron Bundle. It's weak to lightning, not that that matters. So remember, if I had put 2 Luminous energy on the Iron Hands, it would not have been able to attack. But I am goated like that. You know, you remember that Goat Simulator series that's had like 3 games somehow? I am that type of goated. And then we just have to knock out a Fezandipiti for game. Oh. All right. Okay, they can knock out the hands. But I could potentially get it back for another time. Because they put 80 damage on the Snorlax. This can do 230. That's what you have to be aware of. Because it boosts itself, so that's 170. Hop's Choice Band boosts it to 200, and then Postwick boosts it to 230. And they're just going for it. And they put 2 Luminous on their Garchomp. Yeah, that'll happen. And I can guarantee you there's going to be people out there who put Prism Energy on their evolutions. And they're like, why doesn't Prism Energy work? It's because Prism Energy is only... Actually, I'll put it on screen. It only works on basics. So just let me quickly get that on screen so you can all see it. So this instantly replaces Luminous Energy. The downside to Prism Energy is that it only works on basic Pokemon. So it provides colorless, but if you attach it to a basic, then it provides every type of energy. So whereas Luminous, if you put 2 Luminous on someone, it stops being a Luminous energy, and it's just colorless. Prism Energy is a rainbow energy, but it only works on basics. So you just put Prism Energy in this deck, you can have 4 Prism Energy on somebody, and it's like, you can put it a Terra deck, right? The Terapagos EX, you can use Terapagos EX's wall attack with 3 Prism Energy. Or, you know, 2 Prism Energy and a Legacy Energy. So Prism Energy makes this deck better. Air Balloon makes this deck better because then you don't really need to run Latias, or you don't have to rely on Latias as much. And then Reshiram is just a really good late game attacker that can do up to 380. So there's lots of stuff coming in 1 month to make this deck better. And we can do this, everybody. I have a Night Stretcher in the deck. Or... Oh, we got this could be bad. Okay, wait. How can I knock out anybody? I can knock this guy out with Fezandipiti if I find my Defiance Band. Oh, this is bad. This is not good. All right, here we go. Oh, it's Gouging Fire. Okay. But I don't have enough, right? I don't think I have enough to win the game. Because I put too many Armarouge in play, and then I put the Chi-Yu down. So yeah, putting the Chi-Yu down might be a game-losing card. We got the Prime Catcher, baby. We got the freaking Prime Catcher. This is it. It all comes down to this moment here. We have to go Ho-Oh, 2 energy. I'm just gonna go directly for it. And then we go Prime Catcher. I'm gonna Prime Catcher the Ursaluna just to make it extra spicy here. The spiciest of finales here. And then we get rid of these guys. Are you ready? It all comes down to this. I need 1 energy. We're gonna take our Ursaluna out of the deck for good luck. Actually, I could have won with the Ursaluna, but don't worry about it. Don't look at that. Okay, don't look at that. We could have won with the Ursaluna. This makes it more interesting. See, we got it. We could have won with the Ursaluna, but I make things interesting here. Okay, if I just put the Ursaluna down and then gust up anyone except their Ursaluna, we win the game. What? Okay, I'm an idiot, okay? I'm pretending that I was doing this for suspense when in reality I wasn't paying attention and I didn't realize, okay? There's a difference between being dumb and being trust your pilot, and I was 100% trust your pilot in the end there, but you can't pretend that that didn't make the end of the game exciting because I ended up winning and I beat off a feed enjoyer. YouTube audience, this is 100% going in the video no matter what happens, even though they're off to one of the greatest starts I've ever seen. Dopamine me, thank you. And I was just about to say, as long as we can go get the Iron Hands, we'll be fine. Oh, this is not an Iron Hands deck. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's bad, but it's fine. So we go Fezandipiti down, and then I think I attach to the Fezandipiti, because that's like the one thing they can't knock out, and then we go Carmine. Oh, what a fantabulous start we have here. All right, well, let's get rid of that. And I mean, I guess Jamming Tower. Please tell me there's a Squawkabilly in the deck. Oh, there's not. Well, we're having a great time over here. You know, it's definitely, this is what you can expect playing this deck. You know, you can either get the greatest start in history or whatever the hell this is. Okay, they're about to knock out 2 Charcadet. That's cool. Well, I have 7 different builds, and then I forgot that this one is just relying on Armarouge EX. So you play 4 Charcadet, and the Armarouge EX is just like, well, this guy takes big KOs. But I can't use Armarouge EX because they're about to knock out 2 of my Charcadet, and I don't have any energy, so yeah. But if I put an energy on a Charcadet, then they just knock out the Charcadet with the energy. So yeah, it was maybe they whiff an Armarouge. Maybe they prove how bad this deck is and they whiff an Armarouge, and then it's just the funniest thing ever. Okay, well, they got it. But they're going to have to potentially screw themselves over. Probably not, but potentially. God, this is absolutely crazy that they have it like that, but they are going to have 0 energy on board. And so if they wanted to take a double Charcadet KO, that's fine, because you're not going to have anything else. And I could send up the Mew and knock out that Charcadet. And Tactical, welcome in. Okay, so if they go for the double KO, we still have it in the balls right now. And I'll just Night Stretcher for a Charcadet. I'll Nest Ball for somebody who can do something. That seems like a wonderful strategy. How could I come up with such a crazy strategy? We do something with somebody. Okay, now that's just mean. That is the meanest card that the game could have given me in this situation, because I literally can't do anything with that, and it just jams up my hand. Okay, let's play with our balls. Well, actually, hello there. How are you doing, Reggie? You do get knocked out if things go bad here, but, I mean, heart of the cards, am I right? Am I right or am I right? Okay, we need to draw, in the next 5, we need to get an Armarouge. That's unfortunate. I mean, I guess we Jet Energy the Reggie. Nah, we'll just go Ho-Oh. I need to get a baby Armarouge. That's our only course of action. Oh my god. Okay, no, this is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. We have 2 Armarouge and only 1 Ultra Ball. Okay, and we also gave them extra cards. Oh my god. Okay, well, we have to attack with this guy. All part of the plan. It's been part of the plan since the start. You know, you're seeing everything wrong with this deck and everything right with this deck. If you go first and you get your Squawkabilly turn 1 and a couple Charcadet, it's pretty damn good. But what are you going to do if you have no more energy? You Wellspring Mask, and then you have 1 energy in hand. And then on my side, you don't get the Armarouge. So if they just saw... Yeah, see, this definitely is peak Ho-Oh right now. This is the absolute... And we're just top decking energy all freaking day. This is amazing. All right, well, let's... yeah, let's just take the KO and fully heal myself, I guess. And then they can't... I mean, they can take a knockout with the Terapagos. You're about to get a Rouge Awakening. There's Clam Burglar. There you are. And then I love how Area Zero Underpants has to be like, oh, a Terra got knocked out. We have to do a Terra check. Even though there's 2 more Terras in play. Because BDCGL is just like, we can't do multiple things at once. All right, so they have the attack. They are they're 2 bench Pokemon short. They can do, this... My YouTube title of Ho-Oh Armarouge is the most disappointing deck from Destined Rivals. That is the most accurate thing I've ever seen in the history of my world. All right, so I don't... Oh, no, yeah, we just... Oh, God. We just retreat and win the game. Seems pretty straightforward, but we're going to do the cool thing here. We're going to do the fun, cool thing. Wait, can I do the fun... I don't think I can do the fun, cool thing. Because I don't have a retreat card. Hang on, let's... No, I'll have to use the Regigigas. I was like, I can do the fun, cool thing and take the knockout with Armarouge EX. But unfortunately, I don't think I quite have it. Yeah, so then we take the win. We take the knockout with Regigigas. I was going to try to go for Armarouge EX, but I don't think I had the amount of energy for that. So there you go. That is what it's like. You get off to an insane start. You take a double KO with Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, and then the deck dies. And then in my case, you whiff an Armarouge turn 2, and yet you can still win because you're facing another Armarouge deck that had a great start, but then fizzled out. I was just about to sing the praises of PDCGL, but then we get our freaking 4th energy. All right, so this is going to be It's a Squawkabilly turn. I'm sorry. It's a Squawkabilly turn. I would prefer if it wasn't, but it is. And then we go... Well, actually, I can put 3 energy into play. That's fine. And let's put 1 on you. I highly doubt they're going to be attacking next turn other than using Grasping Draw. That's pretty good. Okay, so Charcadet and Terapagos? Charcadet Terapagos seems the safest because, you know, Terapagos can do 240 if I get a full bench. I have another Area Zero in my hand. But this is the game. If this is going to be a game where things go right, we win. There's nothing they can do to stop me. I am so tuned in. But what I was talking about earlier with Terapagos and... Oh, God. What I was talking about earlier with Terapagos and Prism Energy is that you can put 3 Prism Energy in... Oh, God. Into play, and... You can use Crown Opal in this deck, so if you spread around your energy properly, you just use Crown Opal, make it basically an auto win. Ooh, they preemptively jocked off. I think we win. They jocked off too early. But yeah, 3 Prism Energy, better than Luminous Energy. Oh, God, I want to play with you so hard, but I must resist the urge. I must resist. We mustn't. We mustn't do this today. I can't take the risk that they, you know, knock out my Regigigas, and we don't need you yet. Your time will come, buddy. I still have nightmares about what happened to you when I was put you in the Yanmega deck. It went so bad. All right. Well, this is great. This is a great start. Okay, so we go Golden Flame, put you into play. We go Latias. And then just hit him with the old Itchy Pollen. Ho-Oh it's not great. in this matchup. And the reason I put the Latias down is because then I can bump the Squawkabilly. I'm going to lose an energy in the process, but I'd rather not have Squawkabilly on the field. Yeah, they jocked off way too early. You never jock off when your opponent's paying too close of attention. Two babies fighting. Fighting around the world. And Jaw, you tried to use Prime Catcher? Yeah, usually if you use Boss or Prime Catcher or a Gust card on the top left, it's usually the top left for me. You can't select this one for whatever reason. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I mind if they knock out the Badoo. It's if they, you know, have a crazy turn next turn. Okie dokie. That's a third Charcadet. I guess. Right? Like, they might bump the area 0, but I'd just get rid of Squawkabilly and probably Terapagos or Squawkabilly and Latias. Okay, so I can't retreat, so doing anything is useless. It's just like real life. And then they could do something crazy. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything crazy, but they could do something crazy. So let's get rid of Ho-Oh and Ultra Ball. And then we'll go get the Armarouge. I have many ways of knocking out a Dragapult with this deck. But I think the fact that we're item locking them means that they're not going to be able to do what they want to do. And then next turn we can just kind of knock out a Dracloak or, you know, knock out a Monkey Door, whichever I think is more useful to them. I think maybe actually, I don't know if the Monkey Door. I think probably just Dracloak. Or if they put an energy on Dreepy or somebody, I think we chase the energy. That might be the best course of action. It's always tough to know what the right course of action with this deck is, because you'll never find the card you need when you need it. You know, it's like, oh, I can use Iron Hands to take 2 prizes, or I can use Regigigas to one-shot a Dragapult, but you have to get the cards into play. That's the kicker. You know, what are we playing? Magic cards? That's the kicker. For people who don't play Magic cards, that you can pay extra mana to give an additional whatever. This is a very, very winnable matchup. How about this? If I don't win this matchup, I am never going to play Ho-Oh Armarouge again until the next set. Oh, okay. Oh, we don't have a way to draw cards, though. But we can knock this dude out. We can knock this dude out with a basic. Oh, this is strange. Okay, okay. I guess we just go up. No, because we're going to need to be able to retreat. So I guess I want to put the Terapagos down. Right, because the Terapagos can knock out the Maractus. And if I top deck a basic, then we can knock out the Latias. So corner doesn't really matter. It will matter when they knock me out with their Dragapult next turn. We didn't get a basic. That's fine. We just go cry ourselves to sleep in the corner. Okay, so the best course of action now, I think, is just knocking out the Maractus. I know we're going to take 6 to the face, but it gives me a prize card. Maybe it's the dumb thing to do, but I think we just have to knock out the Maractus, get it off the field, and then, oh god, no! Okay, if I'd known that we were going to get the bosses off the prizes, I would have researched. Yeah, I would have bossed the monkey, or bossed the Dracloak, or bossed the Dreepy, or bossed anybody. Okay, I am choosing to believe that getting rid of the Squawkabilly is the correct play. Okay, I know there's a case to be made for bumping a Charcadet. And the Squawkabilly does... Yeah, I had more fun with Arven's Mabostiff. There's something to be said about keeping the Squawkabilly because it had that energy. But I'm in a really awkward situation right now where I don't know what the hell's going on. They got 2 Jamming Tower, they got 2 Brock Scout, and they got 2 Jacques. They're just hedging their butts all day long here. Yeah, Squawk is a huge liability, but the reason I'm not too worried this turn is because they have a Jamming Tower in play. The only way they can power up a Dragapult this turn is if they go Crispin. Right? I was like, well, they obviously don't have Sparkling Crystal as their ace spec, or they're an absolute crazy person if Sparkling Crystal is their ace spec. I mean, it could have been Neo Upper Energy. And if you're wondering, oh, Dragapult doesn't play Sparkling Crystal anymore. I did face someone earlier today that had Sparkling Crystal in their Dragapult deck, and that should be in the YouTube video if this makes it in the YouTube video. And there's the Hot Lucha, which makes Latias not good. Okay, so they're just drawing a bunch of cards. Good. Then my best course of action is bosses. Boss is the Monkey Dory, right? We boss the Monkey Dory, and then hope, because they'll knock out my Terapagos. Who can I take? Yeah, we just need Regigigas. So as long as they don't affect my hand, we should be okay. Or we just knock out their... I'm pivoting. We're pivoting. We're going after the Jacloak. We want to cut off their card draw. Right? I don't want to lose 2 of my bosses. Watch this be a 3rd Gust card. Okay, perfect. Don't unfair stamp me. Don't Iono me, and everything will be okay. Or if you do unfair stamp me, please give me a Fezandipiti or a Mew or something. And Ichigo. Hey, Sonny, have you landed in Narlands? Have you taken your top off and gotten some beads? That's the first thing I'd be doing. Yeah, here comes the stamp, obviously. They do have Fezandipiti and Latias in play, which are actually harder for me to knock out. Believe it or not, they're harder for me to knock out than the Dragapult. Crazy to say out loud. Sonny, you're an ambassador of the community. We expect matureness out of you, okay? And there's the Iono. Okay, and then we're going to get... I bet you we're going to get stamped after this. Yeah, depends on what kind of beads you got. Oh my god. Please, I would rather you stamp me out of this. If you stamped me, I would actually be happy. Oh, they got a Psychic Energy. Oh, that's amazing. Sucks to suck. This is the first Dragapult player in history to whiff. They are the first Dragapult player in history to whiff that. Okay. I guess. Oh, what do we do? So I guess I attacked with the Ho-Oh just to heal the Terapagos. And then... But, like, I don't want to... But then I have to put 4 energy. Okay, calm down, timer. You know, I've played for a minute. Okay, so let's go attach to you. And apparently I can't attack. That's weird. And then we go Shining Feathers to heal 50. So... That is risky. I understand that that's very risky what I just did. But I don't see how they can knock out my Ho-Oh this turn. Is kind of what I'm going for. I don't understand how they can knock out my Ho-Oh. Yeah, we're both just kind of screwed. Because they can't use Defiance Band. There's no damage in play for Monkey Dory to spread. They could knock out the Terapagos. They could definitely just go Counter Catcher KO the Terapagos, but that's totally fine. Because then I just go Latias in the active, Regigigas, probably Legacy Energy the Regigigas, and then just win. They lost the Hawk Tua. Yeah, they should have gone for the Squawkabilly. But this is probably NAIC. They're probably going to see lots of 2 Jacques, 2 Brock scouting lists, and then just lots of Jamming Tower. Yeah, so they might go for Charcadet and Terapagos KO. I imagine it's going to be... they're going to bring up the Terapagos just to get the energy off the field. So it's going to be bring up the Terapagos, knock out the Charcadet. Oh, they're going for the Latias. Interesting. So that changes what I have to do. We could still very easily lose this, which is insane. But believe it or not, them doing this, them clearing the board is actually kind of good for me. And I think what I have to do is I have to put the Legacy Energy on the Terapagos. No. Because what if they have a second Hawlucha? What if crazier things have happened today? You might think there's no way they're going to have a second Hawlucha. They could have a second Hawlucha. Okay? Don't think they don't. I can't risk it to get any of these biscuits. So we have to go fire off. And we're going to fire off that one there. Done. Legacy Energy, the Terapagos. Oh, see, there it is. There's the glitch. I told you. So notice how the Ho-Oh is missing in energy? Do you see that? That there's no energy on that Ho-Oh? And then we have to go Regigigas. Get the Gigas. I also could have gone Clefairy Dragapult, but that wouldn't have won me the game. And then I think... do I hold the Night Stretcher, or do I get the extra energy on the field? How many Night Stretcher? I'm already down a Night Stretcher, but the odds of me seeing this Night Stretcher again are so thin. I think we just want to get the energy. Yeah, the Clefairy is way too risky. And then, yeah, see, notice how there's just a random missing energy? Super well, but then you click here and it fixes it? Yeah, super well made game. Okay, there's an Armarouge. That's great. These are all great cards that we just cannot currently use at the moment. Okay, how do we do this? We go Armarouge to prevent any Hawlucha shenanigans. And then, again, we can only use one of the Armarouge according to this game. I take the loop. Oh, right, because the Luminous. Oh, okay, well, I didn't screw up the order of operate. Oh, I guess I did. I did screw up the order of operations there. I should have... oh, I screwed up the order of operations. Oh, I wasn't thinking. I was too hyper-focused on making sure the Legacy Energy went on the Terapagos that I forgot that I would want to move the Luminous off of the Terapagos and give it to the Regigigas, but like that's a minor gameplay state error. I don't think it's the craziest thing I could have done. You know, I could have done so many more things terrible there. Ace Wing? No, I am not moving the Legacy off the Terapagos because that's how they win. If they just go Dragapult Energy, Gust the Terapagos, they win. So yeah, we can't move the Legacy. The Legacy cannot move. Well, no, didn't I have it? Didn't I have the Legacy in the hand? Right, because I think I Ultra Balled and then I put the Regigigas down, or whatever the order was. Let me double check. So how did I do all that? When was the Iono? So I put the Legacy. Yeah, so I should have put the Regigigas in the active first, promoted the Luminous to the Regigigas, and then used the Iono. Or sorry, and then attached the... yeah, so this Legacy Energy, there we go. Concede. There we go. So that was a minor gameplay error that didn't really affect the outcome of the game. But there you go. Regigigas. This is why I cut out Clefairy out of so many of my number one Armarouge list, is because Regigigas... Dr. Mrs., thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. But that's why I cut out the Clefairies. Like, I never ended up using Clefairy because Regigigas handles Dragapult. You have the Entei, Angry Entei, to handle Raging Bolt. So Clefairy, I was just never using it. So I thought Regigigas is better. Regigigas is absolutely goated. You do need 4 energy, but it's a single prizer that attacks for colorless. Whereas with Clefairy, you need a psychic and then you need the colorless. So yeah, Regigigas, great card. That was a bit of a stressful matchup, but I never lose.